Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, and I'm here today to show you a team that guarantees you a legendary when you win. Now, I'm obviously joking, but I went 18 and 7 with this team yesterday, and so I got 5 encounters, and all 5 were legendaries, 1 of each, and then 3 Lindoras. So obviously it has no bearing on the team, but I thought it was really funny, so I wanted to just show you. So let's go through the team and let's go through how I built this team. So I started with a Crustle because Crustle I used it the last couple seasons. Last couple seasons it was kind of just like a spice pick. And then I thought this season I'm like, what am I seeing a lot of? XLs, in particular, Abomasnow, Talonflame, Galvantula, Alon Ninetales, which the SmackDown hurts them a lot. And you can just pretty much fast move down a lot of those and just one shield and fast move down. So I really wanted to try it out, and it performed very well. So I wanted to pair it with a grass because it's weak to water. Venusaur is obviously the easiest answer, but I was tired of using the Venusaur, so I decided to use the Meganium. The Meganium is good because it has more bulk, and because of the bulk, it flips a couple matches. It flips the Gengar match, it flips, I think, an Umbreon match. It loses a couple, I forget which ones off the top of my head, but then you have to watch out for the sort of ones where the Sludge Bomb would do super effective, which is against your sort of grass like Tangrowth, it's against your Abomasnows, it's against your Charmers. So you lose that aspect, which kind of hinders Meganium's overall play. Both of these are kind of weak to um, fighting, so I needed to pair it with something that walls a fighter. Gengar. Gengar is a glass cannon, which means he's super squishy, but he hits super hard. I did it with Shadow Ball, which is an interesting pick because I like Shadow Ball because it does hit so hard and a lot is weak to Ghost. So when you land that Shadow Ball, it pretty much takes them out, depending on what mon you're against. The problem is if you run up against a Dark, like an Umbreon or an Obstagoon, or you run up against a like a normal, like Snorlax, you're screwed because Shadow Ball is double, like it's all double resisted. So they're just going to keep farming up and you can't do anything about it. So if you're looking for more coverage, Sludge Bomb is the way to go. But let's just get into these battles here and take a look at what happened. Like I said, I went 18 and 7 with this team. Let's see. So the game gets an Ampharos, so that's a good lead for me. Going to resist the electric, so they switch out into a Machamp, which is why I needed Gengar. So this is my first match. So I'm like, Gengar, even Rock Slide should be resisted. Let's just see how much it does. And it almost takes me out. That's how glassy the Gengar is. So you'll see in future, I shield up that Rock Slide in the future. So I do a Shadow Punch just because I didn't know how much it did, and it wasn't enough. So now I have to shield up this Cross Chop, else it's going to take me out. So in future, shield up the Rock Slide, especially from a Shadow. So able to quick move down. I'm down to shield, but in comes the Ampharos, and this is where the Shadow Ball, I don't know if I land this one, but this is where a Shadow Ball does way more than Sludge. And there you go. So gets it in a couple shots to the red. So now I can just come in and quick here, and out comes the Venusaur. So the Venusaur versus Meganium match is bad because the Sludge Bomb obviously hits you super effective, but you don't have anything. The Earthquake hits okay, but it takes a while to charge up to. So Crystal is actually a great play against a Venusaur because the Smackdowns hurt a decent amount. They got 2 shields, so I'm just throwing the X Scissor because I'm assuming they're going to spend 1. Um, and I can live, I'm pretty sure I can live 1 Frenzy here, so they need to get to a second one. So I can just continue to smack this, throw the second move. I'm assuming I'll get a shield here as well. And so now I burn both of their shields, and I'm just going to keep smacking this. Hopefully I can get to 21, and I can't. So they're going to have enough for a Sludge, which is going to hurt, but it won't one-shot me. So I basically just need to build up. Oh, I should have built up a bit more, but maybe I was worried about the count. So I'm going to throw this Frenzy to take it out, and now it's a race between Frenzy Plant if I can get to it, or they can get to a charge move here. But Electric is resisted. Thunder Punch does not enough on the big beefy Meganium, and I'm able to just quick shut down. So the the sort of bulk of Meganium kind of helped there. So in the next match, Snorlax, which is again good matchup because I got enough bulk that I can take these, and the Frenzy Plants hit hard enough that 2 should take it out, and I get to him quicker. So this is a good match. So I'm just going to keep staying in here and throwing the frenzies. Obviously, it does a little under half there, but with the quick moves, two and maybe one or two more quick should take it out. And a body slam, look at that. Like body slams aren't doing much to you. So I can take this second body slam, no problem. And then I'm gonna throw the frenzy. I maybe build up a bit more. So I have, yep, so I have almost another one loaded for whatever comes in. And it's gonna be a Kingdra, so perfect. I'm gonna throw this and I'll probably just get countered down here. Oh, and the shield, so that's expected. So I didn't know what to do here. Do I come in with the, yeah, so I come with the Crystal just because the rocks Smackdown should be doing enough damage. It's because it's half water, it's actually resisting a lot of them, and it has Octazooka, which is water. So I don't know if this was the smartest move, but Gengar is just so glossy that I figured that Dragon Breath would just take me down. So got the first one off. Um, I'm going to probably shield again here and just commit to the farm down so I can be loaded with energy when they come in with a Clefable, right? So I'm going to throw the Rock Slide, and then one Frenzy Plant after this Rock Slide should be enough, and I should be able to get there before the Clefable gets to their move. Oh, sorry, one Shadow Ball should be enough. And it is. And then I can probably just quick down and or, yeah. And also the best part of, you need Shadow Punch on your Gengar, which is a Community Day move, because you need that as the bait move. So, Sea Crystal, which is um, good because it's a strong Pokemon. I think I should be okay here just because of Meganium's bulk. Obviously, I'm going to need two Frenzy Plants. I probably let this go because I don't know how much it does. Oh, I don't, and I should. Jeez. So shield up and X Scissor. I probably would have just let that go next time because Meganium has enough bulk and you outpace it. And then if you want to decide to shield up the second one, you could shield up the second one. But they let it go, so that's okay. So I got basically half health Meganium, and out comes the Machamp. So I'm going to instant swap into the Gengar. And they are not switching here, which I find interesting. So do I shield it, or do I let this one go? I shield it because I learned my lesson. Thank you. Good job, past Dan. They have two shields, so I'm assuming they're going to use one. So I'm just going to bait with the Shadow Punch here, and they do. They build up and throw. I don't even bother. I don't want to take a second move. So I think that even if they let this go, I can probably just quick down with something. Um, and it's a non-shadow, so I don't even know if this Rock Slide will take me out, quite honestly. No. And out comes a Venusaur, so perfect that I can get the Shadow Ball off here. So they're going to have to shield, or it's going to do a lot of neutral damage. And now, so they shield, and now I can come in with my Crystal, and they need two Frenzies, and I should be able to get to the Rock Slide before they get to two Frenzies. And the Smackdown just does so much neutral damage that they're already at a 50% by the time you get in there. So by the time you get to your move. So just short, but I think that was all that I needed to win that one. So the next match, let's see, Meganium into an Obstagoon. So this is where I want to see the Obstagoon because obviously Gengar would get walled by this and Crystal would not do that well against this either. So I come in with the Drifblim, so I'm going to bank all that energy. And obviously Gengar doesn't have a good matchup against Drifblim, but it's got a much worse matchup against Obstagoon. So I'm fine just basically trying to get a couple shields here and just letting this Gengar go. Because to me, I think my win condition is with Meganium and Crystal. So they let it go, and they got off a charge move, so that's too bad, but I'll just let this go and probably come in far more with the Meganium. I'll probably have to throw because I'm already at almost 100, and I couldn't just quick move down there. But I still have enough energy loaded for this. What I'm hoping is the Obstagoon come back in, and it does, so that's perfect. So I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant. I assume they're going to shield here, and if they do, maybe I'll let the first Night Slash go. No, I don't, because they were building up a lot, so I was worried about the nuke. So I think I shield this. And then I let the next one go, because they throw right away. Yeah. So I'm fine letting the next one go, because Meganium's obviously big enough that he can take a Night Slash. That does almost nothing. So throw the Frenzy Plant. I'm hoping, honestly, at this point, I'm hoping that they just let it go, because Crystal does not want to see it, and it's a Gengar. So a 2 shielded Gengar against a 1 shielded Crystal. So they throw the first move. Do I shield this? No, I call the bait, and it doesn't do enough. And I'm pretty sure I can just smack down here. And they have two shields, so I'm not sure why I'm even throwing. I can just smack down this. Yeah, just throw the smack down, shield this up, and take it out. So that's Gengar is really squishy, so these smackdowns just chunk a lot. So obviously a great start with this team. Um, and here's, oh boy, you I messed this up so much. So it's a very spicy team. So Roserade, I switch out into my Crystal. They switch into a Sea King. So I throw the Rock Slide. They're going to shield, so I'm probably just going to let this go and come with my Meganium and farm because the Roserade has um, um, Weather Ball, which is fire. So my Meganium is pretty useless against it. So I'm probably just going to come in, farm as much as I can, probably let anything this throws at me go, and then switch into my Gengar when it comes back in. So I was able to farm down there, which is awesome. So switch immediately, which is awesome because I caught the Weather Ball. And out comes a Kingdra. So I think I probably just go for the nuke here because they have one shield left. So either burn the last shield or I'm up 2 shields to nothing. And they let it go. So that's okay. Here's my mistake. First, I went for the CMP, even though I can just quick move down there. Second, I shield, which is just Noctizuka. The only thing that's going to hurt me is the Weather Ball. And I could have just farmed down there. So I should have just let that go, built up energy, and have 2 Frenzy Plants loaded for this with 2 shields. But now, I let the only thing that's going to come hurt me have unshielded, and I let all my energy go. So as you can tell by the frustration in my voice of the stupid plays that I made, I am going to go down here. So when your opponent is that far down, and they can't quick move me here because they only have a leaf grass quick move, so they need to throw the weather balls. So I needed to save the 2 shields for the weather balls. Nothing that it's so tanky that even if they threw the outrage, it wasn't going to take me out. So that was just so dumb, like so bad. But okay, anyways, next one. So we have the Ninetales. I wait to see if it was a weather ball, if it was a powder snow Ninetales, I'd dip. But because it's a charm, I can now stay in, and I'll probably just shield up the charge moves here. So I'm fine staying in. I'll probably shield this up. I can get to another. I'm gonna get to another frenzy obviously before, so they're gonna have to make a decision here. I'm gonna farm up a bit and throw here, so I'll have a little bit of energy going into the next match. If they don't shield, which they do, so now I'm actually able to outpace them to the next move here. So now they need to make another decision. Did they give up switch or go down another shield? So they're gonna go down another shield. So I tried to snipe because the smackdowns do super effective. I got one off and it was just short. So the good news is Weather Ball doesn't do too much. And a Gallade comes in, which is tough because the Gallade is resisting these rock smackdowns. I don't think I can get to a move on the Meganium, so I have to just come in and throw the Shadow Punch, even though I'm just taking super effective damage from these confusions, especially from a Shadow, which is unfortunate. But they have an Ampharos, and this is where I like the Shadow Ball. I have to shield this up. Am I worried about a sack swap, or do I just... No, okay, so once they were in mid-animation, I knew I could throw the Shadow Ball, and I think this should be enough to take it out, and I'm going to switch immediately into my Meganium, so I can just quick move down. So that's why I like the Shadow Ball on the Gengar, is for matchups like that. So this is your brutal lead. You don't want to see it here, so I don't want to go into the Crustle right away because that is the hard counter to Abomasnow. So I'm coming in with the Gengar. It's just a Weather Ball, which I can live one of them, and they come in with Stunfisk. So I'm going to throw. This is obviously much better where the Shadow Ball is here, but even that only does 50%. So I'm going to get to a Shadow Punch, but I'll probably just let this go and farm down as much as I can with the Meganium. I don't think I can farm it all the way down. I'm just going to let this go because I think I let this go. I'm pretty sure I can take anything it throws at me. Yeah, so those don't do too much. I don't want to get hit with a second one, so I may throw ahead. Yeah. I don't want to get hit unnecessarily with the second move, so I built up a bit of energy and threw, which is enough to take it out, but I know the Abomasnow is going to come back in here, so I'm going to immediately switch into the Crustle when it does. And it's a Politoed. So it's one of those, it wasn't a hard counter all over, but it's pretty hard countered, right? You got the Abomasnow on the lead. Um, you got a Galarian Stunfisk to take the Gengar, and now you have a Water to take out the Crustle. So my only win condition, I have no chance with the Meganium against the Abomasnow, right? So I need to shield up everything here, hope to get this down. They're still going to get off another charge move against me, so this is going to do super effective. And then able to get it down, yeah. So I am loaded here, but I think even if they have 2 shields, so I don't think I have a chance here. So very tough to get out of. Gengar can flip some matches, but this is one of those where you're pretty much hard countered all the way through. So at this point, I could probably just leave, but managed to catch there, thinking maybe I can get to another move there, or maybe I can get to 2 frenzies and they would hurt enough, but I don't think I can. Close. Actually, that was closer than I thought it'd be, but now he's loaded with energy to take me out. So um, this team does obviously have its weaknesses in the back, like a Politoed, like a Gengar doesn't want to see a Politoed, quite honestly, either. So that was a tough matchup for either of them. So I think a couple minutes left, so I maybe have 1 or 2 more. So a Toxicroak is actually a pretty tough matchup. Toxicroak is actually one of the ones do I gain or do I lose it from the Venusaur? I think I maybe lose it because the Sludge Bomb would hit super effective, so I have to shield up anything here. The Frenzy Plants are resisted, but I think they shield anyway, which is good. Because I'm going to throw the second one here. Oh, but they try and catch on a Venusaur, and I go into a Gengar. Because why? Because I'm an idiot? Why did I go into the Gengar? Okay, so I went into the Gengar. So now I need to throw the Shadow Ball because they're going to get to a Frenzy Plant here. I'm able to get the quick move down. Okay, so Gengar has a decent match as well against the Venusaur, so I think it's okay to come in with either, but I would have preferred to come in with Crustle Bear. Luckily, because I was able to farm down there, I'm able to get another Shadow Ball off here, which is going to do a lot of chip damage here. I come in with the Crustle for the hard quick moves. And I go, because I have a bunch of energy banked on the Meganium, I think my play is to do as much chip damage with the Meganium and then have Crustle close. So do I shield this because I'm worried, or do I let this go and then just come out with the Crustle? No, I shield this because I want to get off the charge move. Because I don't think any move that the Toxicroak throws at my Crustle will take it out, so I need to do as much chip damage. I'm worried about a farm down here, but I think they have to throw before I get to my Frenzy Plant. So I think I have to commit to the farm down so I have the Rock Slide ready for the Lapras because I can't get hit with a Surf. And I think I'm just able to out. Yep. So even though it's resisted, I'm pretty sure it's resisted, able to get to it and the Rock Slide to take out this Lapras. So I think that's the last battle. It's a great team to try out. Definitely try out the Crustle. You can just maybe go to PvPoke to play around with what you should play. Obviously, its weaknesses are water, but you didn't even get to see it go against the Talonflame. And you have to shield up a Brave Bird, but you can just smack it down. So that's the team, and I will see you in the next one.